Well, first of all, guys, I'm supposed to be at work right now, but I'm taking a break and I'm going to make this video no matter what. Look, this is going to be kind of a knee-jerk reaction because I have a couple of thoughts. The first thought is that this was like really similar to Zverev versus Alcaraz when it comes to like the psychology of the match, the flow of the match, and the final score. The final score was almost exactly the same. But when it comes to the quality of the match, oh my god, that was a good match and this was shit. This was shit mostly due to Novak playing poorly, like really poorly. Like when, I mean, yes, Novak had really bad starts at slams, but to play these two sets was, just really unprecedented basically. But despite that, everybody in the crowd and everybody on the court, including Sinner, thought that Novak is just going to simply start playing better in the third set. Like, I think everybody was just like convinced, okay, this guy is just like messing around, whatever, he's just going to try to mentally and emotionally scar Sinner and come back from 2-0 again. And it never happened. Like, Novak kind of sort of raised his level in the third set, but I think it was mostly Sinner being nervous and being like anxious about, okay, when is this guy finally going to play well? And he was also missing. Like, the quality of the tennis in the third set was really just shit. I mean, overall. Even the tiebreak, like, okay, Novak got the lead because Sinner was kind of missing, and then Novak missed, and then Sinner missed, and then Novak missed. And then there was like one good point when Novak made that beautiful lob, and then, just nothing. It almost felt like a table tennis match. Like, I know that you guys probably saw a couple of like great table tennis point highlights, but the average table tennis match is basically like 3-4 shots and then somebody makes a mistake because the reaction time is so short and the spin of the ball and the quality of the shots is so high, so you're going to miss a lot of time. So it was just like shit. It was like 3-4 shots in every single point, and then like somebody's going to miss. And I think Novak got into the fourth set only because of his aura at the Australian Open, only because of his resume, only because of, the things that he did in the past, only because of his comebacks. And everybody knows that. Like, Jannik knows that. Okay, this guy can be losing 6-0, 6-0, which he basically was, and 5-0, and he's still not that. Like, I think only Rafa at the French Open has a greater aura than Novak at the Australian Open, and Novak at majors overall. And it just never happened. But as I mentioned, the third set was decided basically because Sinner was, afraid to win. He was just like scared to death, basically. And if he would have played a normal level tennis, he would have easily, I mean, probably not even in tiebreak. It probably would have been like 6-1, 6-2, 6-4, something like that. He probably would have gotten a break. And you can kind of prove this because when the fourth set started, there was a reset, right? Novak went to the toilet, took a break, and then, of course, the pressure is kind of off when it comes to Sinner. You lost a tiebreak, you fucked up, you think it's over, you don't think about winning anymore. You probably think about, okay, I fucked up, I'm going to lose 3-2, I don't care anymore, right? And everybody thought this way. And that's why he immediately started playing better. And immediately you can see that this guy is the better player because he immediately put pressure on Novak's serve. Novak had to face 3 break points in his first service game, and then he got broken in the second service game. And Sinner does this well. I think he did it in Turin too, and he did it to a couple of guys too. When he faces 40-0 on opposing guy's serve, if he wins the first point, he kind of turns on, and there is this like weird momentum shift when he just can streak together 5 points and break the service serve basically. And as I mentioned, I noticed this a couple of times, and this is a great Sinner feature. Like, he really turns it on a lot when it's like 40-15 after 40-0, and he puts in a lot of effort, and then there's just like this giant momentum shift. Because, to choke a 40-0, that can really cost you a match. And that's pretty much what happened. And then you're still expecting Novak to do something on Sinner's serve. Or you're still expecting Sinner to choke. And he actually double faulted in the final game. But he got a good serve, and it was 30-all. And Novak, again, missed the return. It's just like, you would expect Novak to put that return. It was a good first serve, but he had a racket on it. He didn't really have to stretch for it. And he just misses the return. He hits a good second serve return and match point, but Sinner, I think, pretty much hits the line. On the following shot, Novak plays a poor shot, Sinner hits a forehand winner, and that's it. And congratulations to Jannik Sinner. Since, was it Beijing, Tokyo, something like that, he was pretty much the best player in the world ever since that, and he's going to play for his first Grand Slam in his career. Now, will he play Medvedev? Will he play Zverev? I don't know. That match is like 50-50 all the time. It will be interesting to watch that. I'm not sure who I'm really not sure who's going to win. And in the final, will Sinner feel more pressure or less pressure? I don't know. I think it's kind of more difficult to beat Novak, in the semifinal or quarterfinal or something like that, than to basically beat anybody in the final. But we'll see. We'll see. It will be interesting. Novak keeps the #1 ranking, at least for a couple of weeks. And it will be really interesting to see his season, his schedule, because now I would not say he gets a bit more time. He gets 2 days off, right? He will probably play Dubai, and then will he play Indian Wells or Miami or both? I'm not really sure. He's kind of in like a no man's land situation. Will he go to America? Which Masters, Clay Masters, will he play? Will he focus on Roland Garros? Will he focus on Wimbledon? He wants to win the Olympics, but the Olympics is on clay right after Wimbledon, which is on grass, and then US Open after it, which will probably be an afterthought. So the season schedule is a complete mess for Novak. He probably expected to win the Australian Open, and then of course everything is easier. And now it's just like, well, what's he going to play? What's he going to do? Is it over for him? Is he going to suddenly start losing? Is the aura going to disappear on majors? Like, are guys going to think that he's more vulnerable now? But the last time this happened was versus Alcaraz at Wimbledon, and then he ended up winning the US Open. So I don't know. A lot of unknowns. Which we will not find out in the next couple of, well, pretty much months, actually. The next thing that really matters is the French Open in late May. So we'll see what will happen. We'll see what will happen with Rafa. Rafa will also be a factor if he's healthy at the French. So yeah, let me know in the comment section what you think, and that's pretty much it.